Hi, everybody. It is, gosh, I don't even know what day it is. It's Tuesday, but you guys are probably going to be viewing this on Wednesday. So today we're going to just quickly go through somatic disorders and then dissociative disorders. So this Prezi is going to be just a little shorter. And I have a couple extra videos. They're short videos, but at least it gives you an idea of what these diagnoses kind of look like. So Prezi will be shorter today, I promise. I am going to be sending out probably a Zoom invitation today, so Wednesday. And then we'll meet Thursday, which is A day. Sorry, I got that wrong in yesterday's notes. But we'll Zoom. I think that's a little easier. I've been doing it with Charlie's class than Google Video or Google Chats or whatever. So be on the lookout for a Zoom invitation. And I think for period 2, we'll just do it like the last 15 minutes of class, so like 8:45, and then period 3, we'll do it the last 15 minutes of class 2, 9:45, and it's just really just Q&A, just if you have questions for me or just want to say hi. I'm still going to have like a little assignment tomorrow, kind of similar to today. Again, notes will be a little shorter. Okay, so I'm just going to get started real quick on these disorders here. So these are called somatic symptom disorders. And somatic, remember, is like bodily. That's part of the body. So in somatic disorders, this is when you're going to experience a physical problem, but there's no identifiable cause. So when I started teaching this a few years back, I don't know if anybody remembers Ashley Apro, but her cousin got diagnosed with, they finally identified conversion disorder. He lost all feeling in his legs, he was kind of paralyzed, and there was no physical problem that was identified with it. He had all of, everything was going right neurologically with him. They couldn't find anything physically wrong with him. And it ended up being that he had conversion disorder. So conversion disorder is one of the somatic symptom disorders. Again, somatic means bodily. So somatic symptoms, soma, another name for the body, like cell body. Okay. So that's how you would remember that one. But again, these are psychological disorders in which symptoms take this somatic bodily form, so without any apparent physical causes. So you might get dizzy or nauseated every afternoon just prior to, a spouse's arrival. You might lose feeling in arms or legs, and there's no reason why. And then it can be super severe, like Ashley's cousin had, where I think he was actually paralyzed for a time being. And there is a video that's going to show you one of the somatic disorders in the notes after this. Okay? All right, so conversion disorder. This little video that you see here, I have a link in the Schoology post. It's only 5 or 6 minutes, but it's her journey with conversion disorder. So basically, conversion disorder, it's where a person experiences genuine physical symptoms and there's no physiological basis that can be found. So all the medical tests come back normal. There's no physical reason why, your arm, you have no movement in your arm, or you're paralyzed, and again, this is super, it's not very common, is what I wanted to try to say. Conversion disorder, so it's a psychological disorder in which symptoms take a somatic form without any physical cause, okay? Sometimes stress can be a major factor with conversion disorder. It's just like that physical effects of a lot of stress, okay? And then eventually, I know with Ashley's cousin, eventually he was able to walk again. But it took a long time for that to happen. Okay, and then another somatic disorder would be illness anxiety disorder. And I don't know if you've ever heard of, it used to be hypochondriacism, so a hypochondriac. And this is a disorder in which a person believes like normal physical sensations are symptoms of a disease, but they're really not. So like, if you have a headache, this person might just assume that, oh, I have this headache, so I have brain cancer, or, I have this stomach ache and it's stomach cancer. They go, everything that they have, any symptom, it's just this big, huge illness. So that's illness anxiety disorder. So it's in which a person, they interpret normal physical sensations as symptoms of a larger, more chronic disease. Okay, so for example, if somebody has a fever and aches and pains, that might be the flu. The person, rather than think it's the flu, they might go to the nth degree and think it's like meningitis, or it's cancer, or it's Ebola, or something like that. Okay, so those are the two big ones with somatic disorders, and those are sometimes a little confusing. Good thing we're not testing on it, because those are sometimes a little trickier. Okay, the next category I want to talk about is dissociative disorders. Okay, and in dissociative disorders, it's most commonly the dissociative identity disorder, and then dissociative amnesia, or there's another one in there that's dissociative fugue. So dissociative disorders in general, these are disorders in which like your conscious awareness is separated, so disassociated from like your previous memories, thoughts, and feelings. Okay, so it's this separation from conscious awareness of thoughts, memories, bodily sensations, feelings, or even your identity. Okay, so it occurs when individuals become like dysfunctional or stressed, and then they have this like dissociation from it. Okay, so they can be triggered by stress, anxiety, or traumatic experiences. Okay, so the two main dissociative disorders, the first one would be this dissociative identity disorder. And I don't know if you've ever heard of multiple personality disorder, but this is what it's formally known as. Okay, and so this video that I have here, I linked it into the Schoology post as well. This lady has 20 different personalities, essentially. So that's in there. It's only 5 minutes, so it's pretty easy to watch. Okay, so dissociative identity disorder, formerly called multiple personality disorder, this is the presence of two or more distinct and alternating personalities. In the video, you're going to see a woman, she's got 20, but in order to get the diagnosis, you have to have at least two distinct personalities, and they have to be kind of like different. So it could be like a man or an older woman, younger woman. They have to be two distinct, different personalities. Okay. All right. So let me show you here. Some people. This is very controversial. A lot of psychiatrists and psychologists don't think it's real. Some people who do think it's real, the cases they like in her case in the video, you can really see the distinct differences. But again, you don't know, like, is she being a good actress? Is it really happening? People that believe in it, you can actually do brain scans of people, and you can see like different regions activated during like an fMRI. So this video, I don't know if I linked it or not, but I think you can link it in my Prezi. You can see the different images from brain scans when the people are in different personalities. Okay. People who don't think it's real. Oh, the other thing, people who do think it's real, there's a lot of like traumatic memories that are involved in it. So people who have endured like years and years of like child abuse, sexual abuse, they oftentimes, they kind of disassociate from the abuse. So then they go, and then that's how the disorder kind of came about. So sometimes it's linked to PTSD related. So, okay. And then people that don't think it's real, they feel like It's kind of like hypnosis, like the influence theory. They're just, I don't know. And some people think it's kind of just a fad. I mean, it's in the DSM-5. It's been around for a long time. Multiple personality disorders has been researched for a long time. There was a movie based on Sybil who had it. So again, very controversial. Just so that you know, dissociative identity, you have to have 2 or more distinct personalities, and then they kind of like alternate depending. Okay, so dissociative identity disorder, D for double, and then ID for, ID. Okay. Another one that you would, that comes about with the dissociative disorders is dissociative amnesia. I don't know if anybody's seen The Vow. That I think is with, what's his name? Channing Tatum, maybe, and then Rachel McAdams, I believe, is in that. That is dissociative amnesia. So there was a car accident, I think, and then you don't remember any of the years together. So that's the dissociative amnesia. So you wake up and you can't remember any of the autobiographical information. And then there's also dissociative fugue. And this one is you have this unexpected travel away from regular routine with loss of some or all memory. So during 9/11, a couple people, there were some cases where people, experienced 9/11 and then like showed up in like Chicago, and they didn't know how they got there. They didn't know anything about how they traveled there, got there. And sometimes in some cases, they didn't know, who they were. They didn't have their memory. I did link a video in here of that, so that might help kind of help you understand what that looks like. My example here with fugue is you show up in Fiji, which is somewhere I would love to go, with no memory of your identity, basically. Okay, so Fiji, fugue. Okay, I think that is it with all of notes. So, I got it under 15 minutes. Good for me. Okay, tomorrow we're going to go into personality disorders. That won't take too long. And then just refreshing your memory about some of the eating disorders. And then we're done with abnormal. So then next week we're going to go into Unit 11. Okay, but I will have the Zoom or the Google Chat invitation to you today. And I'll see you guys hopefully Thursday, kind of at the end of class. Okay? Hope you guys are all doing well. I miss you so much. I can't believe I'm saying I miss school as much as I do, but I actually would love to be back at school and around you all. It's a little isolating on this social distancing, but we're making the best of it. Get outside, do something good for yourself, and I'll see you soon. Take care.